Hey, Spitwads, what goes great with a summer vibe? Yeah, I know my mustache is number one on the list, but how about a checking account with no monthly fees? Like a cool breeze, Chime is a refreshing way to handle your money. I really like Chime. They are doing things the right way, and with no monthly fees, no maintenance fees, no minimum balance fees, it's really how banking should be. And when you need to access your money, you can do so fee-free at more than 60,000 in-network ATMs at many locations like most Walgreens, 7-Eleven, and CVS stores. You can also send money to anyone. I could send some money to Al, but I won't, but I could. Even if they aren't on Chime, fee-free for you and no cash-out fees for them. Chime. No monthly fees, no vibe-killing fees. Sign up for a Chime checking account. Only takes 2 minutes to do so and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/ballers. That's chime.com/ballers. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees apply except at MoneyPass ATM in a 7-Eleven location and at any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. Other fees such as third-party and cash deposit fees may apply.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Blibbity, blibbity, blabbity, blabbity, bloom.
All right, I'm in.
How'd you feel about that one, Mike?
I felt okay.
It was good. It was
Not
good.
bad.
It was good. I liked it.
Not bad.
Feel like it was a little rushed. Like you got through it too quick.
As you say, you could have had one other
Yeah,
boom at the end.
Needed a blebity.
I see.
I was doing a vowel rundown
Right,
of eat apples and paninis.
right.
And
But you didn't get the blebity.
Look, when you get one chance.
Yeah,
man,
no, it never goes according to plan. Welcome to episode 209 of the Spitballers Podcast. Excited to have a new show to share with you today. Would you rather? That's a great question. And we are drafting the best places to sit. All right? So just think about that as we get closer to our draft. Every single idea and question on today's show came from supporters on Patreon.
Oh, thank you.
So you can go to jointhespit.com. I think that works. You can go to spitwadsquad.com. I think that works.
There's multiple ways.
It's the same destination, but it's a choose your own adventure here where you're like, do I want to be part of the Spitwad squad or do I want to join the Spit?
I like where your head was at, Jay. Did you guys do those? Were you into those books?
Loved the choose your own
And
adventures until I killed myself in the book.
Well, I'm saying like going with the tactic of you leave your thumb in there.
Never cheated the book.
Oh, man. What an idiot. What an idiot.
Hold on.
Until I died. Yeah, I guess how often I died? Never.
Maybe that's not true.
You didn't cheat?
Maybe if I probably didn't do it every time, but if I thought that trouble was around the bend, I probably kept my finger there.
I mean, you always got to peruse at least a couple words.
For whatever reason, I remember one of them where my story ended because I blew myself up with firecrackers. That was the end of the choose your own adventure. It was very traumatic because my book reading was over. The story, the adventure,
Right.
I had chosen it, and death was
locked
the
it
choice.
in.
I do love that these authors, the human beings that wrote this book, were like, I'm going to put an option that this child reading could die of firecrackers.
That's right.
It was hardcore back then. I remember my story coming to an end. I decided I was in an airport, and I took an object from a stranger. It turns out you should not do that.
Okay.
Important life lesson learned?
It was a gun.
Oh,
okay.
And I got in trouble.
Well, that makes sense.
And that's why they announce at the airport, don't take packages from strangers.
Or bring guns.
Yeah, that too.
All right, at Spitballers Pod on Twitter. Let's get going.
Would you rather?
Brad from Patreon writes in, would you rather be gifted $1 million at age 10 with the mentality of a 10-year-old and no advice?
Okay, so I'm out of money by 11. Go on.
Yeah, that was the
Maybe.
plot of Blank Check.
Yeah, I've seen this movie.
or be gifted $1 million at age 68. So,
Interesting.
That's a long time.
I mean, this does, Al, it implies you do live to 68 at this
Maybe.
point, right? Or is that part of the gamble?
I would think that would be implied.
That you live, or
Yeah,
that it's part of the
man. Oh,
okay.
No,
Well,
that
so
is-
this is a bonus now. Now I know I make it to 68.
But you're 68, right? The things you can do at 68 with $1 million, different than what you could do at 10 years old.
Yeah, a lot better.
Is it?
Of course it
At
is.
68?
Yes.
But wouldn't you want to remember that great 42 days where you
No.
were living high on the hog at 10 years old?
So-
You had every video game and video game system. And
The way I see it, if you're a 10-year-old, you're not getting advice.
oh, man,
and,
the Pokemon investment I'd be
and
making.
if we're saying, like, you're not getting grifted by a bunch of adults here who are, like,
No.
coming out smart. You're
Yeah.
you're left to your own devices to spend. You're not spending that money in 40 days.
No.
You think you're going to have
You
a
can't buy that
lot-
many gumballs.
Exactly.
because you're
gonna
not
have
buying
a lot of cash.
You're not buying cars and houses at 10
No.
years old. And so there was a joke
Without
that I would
Mr.
run out of
Macintosh.
money, but it is not a joke that you can do way more at 68 than you could do at 10. I mean, it doesn't matter what you want to do at 10 if you've got the money to do it. Is mom and dad letting you? Can I do it?
They
Am I
might ta-
allowed to do it? Am I able to be driven to this location? When I'm 68, I'm an empty nester. My kids are gone. I'm retired. I can do whatever I want.
You don't think
Except
that
walk well.
Okay, that's fair.
you don't think that your parents would talk you into, 10% of that money going into
No
a
advice.
bank account?
No advice.
Oh, no advice.
Yeah.
Ah, shoot. I was going to do some compound interest math.
And you're a millionaire by 32.
That's what I was gonna
It's
go at.
so easy.
You're actually a millionaire by 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank
Yes, I think you're right. I mean, I think the most practical use of that is 68 years old, $1 million. You get to buy that, whatever, that beach house, that retirement house. But man, the dream as a child was the blank check dream, and he
The
spent
dream is
it.
$1,000.
I had $42 as a kid once, and I
Wealth.
felt as rich as I could be. I could buy any Ninja Turtle toy I wanted.
I'm taking the million as a 10-year-old.
You're just going wild.
I mean,
It'd be a great story for the rest of your life.
I feel like
I blew $1 million.
I feel like if me as a 10-year-old, I could buy everything that I wanted, everything, and I would still have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting in a briefcase in my room.
No, you're right. I mean, if you're actually 10 years old, and I think of when I was 10,
My Huffy's going to be off the chain.
Yeah.
everything that I would possibly want would not cost more than, maybe I'd get a box suite at the Suns for season tickets. Like, that's what I would have got as a 10-year-old, and that would have cost tens of
Impressive.
thousands of dollars, but I would have had
Yes.
everything left. You've got nothing to spend it on. Now, if this was a question of I'm not guaranteed to make it to 68, but if I make it to 68, I'm going to take I'm going 10 years old because I at least get that money.
You're not banking on 68.
I'm not banking on 68. I mean, look,
Hey.
fingers crossed.
Every day's a gift, Jason.
Thank you, Mike. But if I'm assured 68, then that's where my money's going.
I'm going 10. I'm
Now
living
wait,
large.
would you?
68
Do you know the snacks you could get at the snack bar?
as a
I mean,
10-year-old?
oh my
Yes.
goodness, you'd be the coolest snacks. This round's on me, 8th grade.
The problem would be your popularity, like because everyone's going to be swarming around you.
The
as a
Star
10-year-old.
Crunches you have to buy.
Yes, if you open that door of you're willing to buy people snacks and things, then
I would.
Then maybe you run through your $1 million a little bit faster.
If I can run through $1 million of Star Crunches, I mean, that is some
Nutter Butters.
impressive work being done.
$1 million at 10, Jason, or you forego it and you just get the guarantee you're 68.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Give me that $1 million. I mean, every man dies. Not every man truly lives.
All right, Wally from Patreon, would you rather have a few too many
Oh, no.
adult beverages before delivering a speech at your best friend's wedding or
Ooh.
funeral?
Oh.
Okay. So
So where do you want to not mess up?
This is just not even close to me.
It's-
This is the most home run. Let it be the wedding. Let it be the goofy memory at the wedding.
Really?
Yeah,
I
because-
thought- I was like, I'm in complete agreement with him.
Which
It's
place-
so obvious. It's
Yeah.
so easy.
Which place is there more likely to be a drunk person?
Oh,
It's the wedding.
At the wedding.
Yeah,
So first
it's-
of all, it's going to be more permissible for you to have had a few drinks. Second of all, the likelihood of you finding that middle spot on the speech where it's not funny enough to be a YouTube memory for the thing, but just funny enough to embarrass you. I just feel like if I went up at a funeral and I desecrated the memory of somebody with my stupidity,
See, I feel like if
you both went the other way.
yeah, I felt like it was the funeral because look, like you're at the funeral, which a celebration of life. Like the emotions are going to come pouring out, and I feel like at the best friend's wedding, you're trying to be clever, you're trying to be funny, and you run the risk of losing your best friend by like you share something that you should not have shared. You overstep a line. You launch into a burn that's just over the line, and it's remembered forever. And now your best friend is mad at you. Maybe the spouse is super angry with you. You run yourself a risk there.
Yeah, you
The
can't-
funeral, there's no risk
Right, you've already lost.
because your best friend's not mad at you. He's
Right.
gone.
There are other people there.
I don't care about them.
you know
my
what's
best
funny
friend
is-
is gone.
Which place can you take your shirt off?
Both.
Okay.
More acceptable at the wedding.
I thought, all right.
I'm at
what-
a beach funeral.
What's funny is I had heard this question. You're at a beach
there ever-
funeral, a destination funeral.
Oh.
Everyone's coming to
much do
Hawaii.
you love me?
How much do you love me? My
Oh, dude.
my funeral's in Hawaii.
Respect my wishes, Maui.
Yes, a destination funeral.
Kanapali Beach funeral.
We'll be at the 5-star.
His
No
final
expenses
his
paid.
final
No,
no expenses
for
paid.
sure. This is about. Do you
do
love
you
me?
love
Am
me?
I worth this to you?
Oh,
Was
his
I?
final wishes were that his friends and family whom he loved the most would come to the 5-star resort in Wailea.
It's a multi-day experience.
Oh, for sure. Week-long stay.
We're spreading his ashes all over
Yes.
the road to Hana.
There's checkpoints throughout the entire all of the islands. In
Oh
fact,
my God!
you got an island hop, a destination.
Now that's the type of funeral I want.
Your wife would be like, oh,
But to be fair,
gosh.
that's also the type of funeral I want to go to. Right?
Sure.
Like, sorry, work. I have to go to this really important funeral that's going to take a week in Hawaii. Like, how do you say no to that? You might not have
man.
vacation time, but
my uncle died and he asked me to go to Paris.
exactly.
Okay, that's really, really funny.
What I was going to say before the amazingness of a destination funeral was that I heard the question backwards, like where would you rather not be? And so I am completely with Han. I'm not saying something wrong at a funeral. You got to walk on eggshells at a funeral.
I don't think you do.
You can't disparage the dead.
Yeah, Mike, you may want your funeral to be a celebration of life, and I know that's the goal for a lot, but there's a massive amount of sadness and mourning taking place at a funeral.
But not a destination funeral.
Yeah, no,
that's a
that's-
party.
Snorkeling on a destination?
Yes.
Yeah. Part of me needs to go down to the reef.
The casket's at the bottom. Snorkel down.
But it's like, what can you, if you go over the line at a funeral, it is this person they're in grief and it poured out, and I just feel like if you in fact step over that line, you're more likely to be forgiven for the funeral and not the wedding.
Now, if the general tradition has been like the parents of the bride have paid some of the funeral or the
Oh no,
the wedding bill?
Y-
Does that mean
yes.
the parents of the groom are supposed to cover the funeral? Or they're long gone. Never
Yeah.
mind.
I think the groom's, you're covering your own expenses.
Oh my goodness!
Just
All right,
not the travel. for
Lester-
other
So
people.
to answer the question,
Yeah.
I will take the destination funeral.
the
That's-
destination. How jolly are the invitations? Are they really somber?
Oh, they've got those butterflies that when you open it up, they scare
Oh.
everybody.
okay.
And they pop out, and sand explodes all
He
over.
would have wanted you to
Yeah.
be here.
Join me in Tahiti.
Oh my gosh! As I mourn. All right, Lester from Patreon. Would you rather have too much of a good thing and get sick of it, or never have quite enough but always want it?
Oh.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, here's the one of the saddest parts of human nature, in my opinion, is that generally speaking, when we're blessed with something, for a long enough period of time, we take it for granted.
Sure.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. It doesn't matter what it is. You could have the greatest gift, that $1 million that you have at 10 years old to buy whatever you want. You buy all those toys, your desire for them after a week goes away, right?
Yes.
But this question is heavily flawed. One thing is,
Yeah, Lester.
Look at it like this. Unless I'm reading this question wrong, this is: would you like to have a good thing with a downside, or would you rather have a bad thing with a downside? Am I wrong about this? Like, you either have too much of a good thing, but you get sick of it, or you never have enough, but you all. Oh, but you. No, it says.
But you always want it.
But you always want it.
But that's like
a bad thing.
Okay, but
I
what if
don't
you had
know.
unlimited? This is kind of like I always want 3 scoops of ice cream. I only get 2. So my desire for ice cream stays strong while I'm still getting not quite enough.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's great in that example if you get 2 scoops of ice cream. This is more, you do not get enough. So you get half a scoop of ice cream.
Never have quite enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Quite enough.
2 scoops of ice cream is quite enough.
Not for me.
Well, that's true. You are an ice cream fiend.
It reminds me.
And I'm back in on ice cream, by the way.
Oh, you did take
I
a
really,
break.
I just dove right back in.
Well, you can't stay away from Big Dairy.
No,
This reminds me of when
does a body good.
as a youth, like you. I don't know if you realize this now. Growing up, Chick-fil-A's everywhere, right?
Okay.
It's across it's everywhere, and they're always popular, and it's good chicken. Back in the day, it was very difficult to find them, at least in Arizona.
Okay, this is a good example.
There was essentially we had one of them, and it was in this mall. It was Metro Center, this mall that we used to have over here. But for where I grew up, Metro Center might as well be 10 hours away. You know,
Really?
like
I know.
In kid time,
It's like 20 minutes, but whatever.
It's 20, but in kid time, that's forever. And that was the only place here that you could find a Chick-fil-A, and it was tucked like in the back. It wasn't even in the food court. It was tucked off in the back of one of the sides of
Tough
the
to
mall.
get to.
But every time you're like, wait a minute, I get the waffle fries today, or you would go on a trip and hit up. I remember visiting like my uncle in Indiana or something, and we went to the mall, and there was a Chick-fil-A, and it was, holy crap, I can get the nuggets, and I would just dream of that food because it was so good, and you could never get it.
It was so
And-
rare.
and it created this myth in your head of like how good it was, and you always wanted it, and you would get it every once in a while, and it just made it that much better. The fact that you didn't have the instant gratification and you could only get it every once in a while made it even more special.
Versus now today,
Yes.
you can and have had
Yes.
plenty of Chick-fil-A. You don't have the same feeling
No,
that
I
you
do
had
not.
about it. So this question is
Not
literally,
nearly as special.
was it better to have one Chick-fil-A you couldn't go to that was special, or to have Chick-fil-A readily available, and that's such an obviously that question is very obvious if we're being honest.
That's a bad miswording of it, though. It says you have too much and get sick of it.
Yes. You know? No?
Answer the question, Mike.
I think it was better the way it was.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Look.
I'll take the rarity and wanting because it makes the pursuit enjoyable.
This is where I'm old man of like
I love it.
when Netflix releases the entire series.
Oh boy,
so good.
Here we go.
It's you get through it in a day. You're like,
Yeah.
well, I now have an empty spot in my soul, and I have.
And then
nothing,
they wait 2 more years to release the series.
Like I have nothing to look forward to next Sunday night. Like,
see.
no, spread it out, man.
This is a debate here in the studio.
I mean, look, if I get sick of Chick-fil-A, there are plenty of other places I could start to desire. And when I binge through that show, I'm going to grab another show.
No, that's why you call it a show hole.
I have a show hole all the time, and I fill it all the time.
Yeah, with garbage.
All right.
Give me
Yeah,
all
you
of
want the,
what I want, and I
you
will
want to be sick of it?
Oh, yeah.
You'll just move on.
I'll move on quickly.
Benjamin from Patreon, would you rather have no radio in your car or no cup holders?
Oh, man.
Huh.
And by radio, you of course mean like
Yes.
hearing things in your car.
Yeah, you
I'll-
can't stream your phone.
I'll get rid of the AM radio. I'll find a way to live without it.
No,
Not surprising, but I still listen to plenty of AM radio.
this is actually
You want to know why, by the way?
Sports?
Just for a quick distraction? No. It's because it takes one button to turn on, and that is half the battle for me. If I want to go listen to a song on my app on the thing, I got to get in the car. I got to find it.
3 buttons.
I got 3 buttons. I got to type. No, I got to type something in, Mike.
Okay.
It's not always one click away. If I want to listen to something that's on, I just click the radio and I drive to work.
Man, you guys in your olden times where they would give me one show a week and one button to click, I'll be fine.
I need to get up to change the station. No remotes allowed.
Yeah, this is interesting because I already deal with the cup holders in my car are a little small.
Oh, do you do a lot of crotch holding?
Sometimes you have to, or unfortunately, I put it like in other compartments that are not made for a drink. You know, you
Like the glove compartment?
yeah, put my 64-ouncer, just lay it on its side, push it in.
As long as you tilt it just right.
No, but you know how you have like the middle, like I don't know what they call those, the little consoles that like
the
lift
center
up.
console.
Yeah, the center console. You can like lift that up, and there's a bigger hole. You put a drink in there that doesn't fit in the tiny cup holders, and then you start driving, it starts spilling everywhere.
You got to keep a hand on it.
Yeah, but my point is, this is with cup holders. It's annoying. If you have none, I mean,
Awful.
I can't imagine the only
You
drink you
have to
could
get
have
strong inner thighs.
the only drink you can have from then on out feels like it's got to be bottled. It's got to be like I can have a bottled water.
Gotcha.
It's got to have a cap.
Can you ask your neighbor, like your passenger, to hold your drink for you?
If you have a passenger.
Can yeah. What about when you're solo?
Yeah, I mean,
What about if you've got the family?
What kind of
and you-
drinks are you drinking in the car without lids? Because that's what you just implied.
Well, no, lids are different. Like if I have a lid on a seat and it falls over, it's still spilling.
Yes.
A lid
That
is
is
not
correct.
going.
you don't
to,
think you can handle a lidded drink without a cup holder?
So here's the thing. Usually when I've got drinks in the car, it's a family occasion. You know what I mean? Like you. It's,
the cup holders,
So
you
you have
need 'em.
someone to hold the cup then.
But they don't. If they're, I mean,
That's
if we
too
go
bad.
through,
You got to drive.
if we go through a drive-through, and everyone's getting a drink and a sandwich or whatever we're getting, how could you live without the cup holders in that situation? You are asking for your vehicle to be ruined.
Sure, but in that situation, now you're driving around with your family in dead silence, or even worse, you're talking to them.
Well, in that situation, you'd be hearing.
I mean, look, the whole eating in the car with the whole family thing, that's a whole discussion point
Yes.
as a whole. You know, we drive through places on the way back from up north sometimes, and, you know, my wife, she doesn't want to let the kids have the dips with the
We have a
with the nuggies.
Oh, that
no
makes
no
sense.
dip policy.
I think they can handle the dips.
It's like what? You're a wild man. You think a child in the back can be left to their own
You can't-
devices
you-
with ranch?
Now, it is white seats.
Okay, well, fine. Barbecue sauce. I mean,
No, I
there's
mean, barbecue
There's a color
sauce.
for any
Seat color.
condiment.
Got barbecue colored seats.
molasses.
I thought they could handle it.
No way.
What usually happens?
You make them eat their nuggies dry.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I assert dominance too when they're like, I'll take the kids' chicken nugget meal. Like, any dipping sauce? I look at my kids. No.
Yeah, see, I try to I bridge the gap there because I will let him. You know, my youngest, he always needs barbecue sauce with his nuggies.
Barbecue sauce.
And so I will look him in the eye and just say, "Do not dare spill this. Do not let go of it. Do not." I mean, it's serious. And here's what he's done a really genuinely good job of.
Okay.
He has not spilled a condiment on my car in as long as I can remember. His shirt and pants take all of the brunt of it. I mean, he gets out of the car looking like he just took a finger paint lesson because he knows it's on. Like that can be on me.
That's but that's just proving the point of you give them the dip, it's going somewhere.
Right, it's going someplace.
Not
Okay.
his mouth for
now
sure.
that's funny.
So,
Yeah. So what was the question?
Oh, no radio or like you can't you use the radio every single
Yeah.
time you're in the car.
yeah, it's gonna be bottled water
Yeah.
for me, and
Okay.
give me my tunes and my podcasts.
All right. Moving on.
Spitwads, hiring for your business can feel harder than finding a good Caillou episode to watch, but now you can actually look forward to hiring. Why? Because you have Indeed. Look, I used to do all the hiring for my business when we were running Broken Bowl Game Studios, and hiring is one of the most important parts of succeeding, of growing in the right ways, finding the right candidates. And Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. You don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you could do it all with Indeed. Find top talent fast with their suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, virtual interviews. If you hate waiting, Indeed's U.S. data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. With Instant Match, as soon as you sponsor a post, you get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description, and you can invite them to apply right away. Indeed does the hard work for you. You sponsor a job, and then boom, boom, bam. You've got the candidates that you need. Join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows that when you're doing everything for your company, you can't afford to overspend on hiring. So visit Indeed.com/ballers to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/ballers. Indeed.com/ballers. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. If you need to hire, you need Indeed.
That's a great question.
Jen from Patreon, she knows us because she says, you guys are bidet truthers.
That's right. Stand by it.
In a public restroom, would you rather use a public bidet or an untouched roll of teepee?
People have problems with the.
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a public bidet, but let's say that
If there was, I ain't using it.
There's also not an untouched roll of toilet paper. Hands have placed that toilet paper.
Well,
let's say
we get the idea.
Gloved hands.
Okay, so
but
you're just saying like
it's a clean, fresh
it's a fresh
roll.
it's got the little triangle thing. It's got
Yeah.
the triangle fold at the bottom of the toilet paper, so you know this has just been put
The
on.
janitor
it's fresh.
did it.
But like people have a problem with getting dirty toilet paper off the roll.
I don't think that's the issue. It's just saying a nice, pristine toilet paper versus a used public bidet.
Well, I mean,
Public teepee is generally one-ply trash.
Oh,
That
of
is the
course.
problem. But I also don't feel like I have an obligation to preserve it. So often I will
Correct.
create my own quattro
yes.
ply
I mean,
at
yes.
Oh yeah, you do the the long.
There's just no way that the mixture of water with random booties being down on that seat. I just somehow think that poop particles have got to get into this water distribution center. I'm not taking a bidet from the public.
I would have no like I don't public poop because there's no bidets. If I knew that place,
That can't be the reason why.
100% the reason why. Like
You did
literally.
before you were ever a bidet enthusiast.
Mm-hmm,
Before that moment even came, you were anti-public pooper.
I was anti-public pooper. That is true. I'm not saying.
Do you
that,
have a wiping issue?
I'm not. Well, yeah, I mean, it's.
Can you not reach?
Oh, I can reach. I can reach just fine. How fat do you think I am?
You're just packing.
I got short little nubby arms. I gotta go down through the front.
Can you not reach? I'm trying to put the pieces together, Jason. Before bidets existed.
Now you know why I was a stander. Had to really twist the body.
He's always been fine pooping in public. He just could never wipe in public.
No, I am not. I am an anti-public pooper with or without bidets.
Everybody's anti.
Right, exactly.
Right,
That's my
right.
point. Like
Terrible.
nobody is like, man. Oh, are we gonna hit that McDonald's up? Because I would love to take a dump in there. Like that's not how people work. But now, at the place that I am in life, being a bidet bro, I can think to myself like, man, I really have to poop. And I'm and
If
to
there was a
And you can
bidet,
shut
to
it
the
down?
yeah, I can shut it down. I mean, most of the time. There's at least once I couldn't, but you know, you win some, you lose some. So I genuinely think like if I knew, this Walgreens had a bidet in it,
Sure.
then I would be far more inclined.
you don't
to
worry
public
about a mixture of
No,
particles.
because the water is coming from the hose line that is in
cleaning
the wall.
itself as it's being used.
That's the thought. Obviously.
and as long as it's not, it's a public bathroom, so I guess it's going to be a bad
are you
bidet.
telling me bidets can't get dirty?
No, they can't, but like a lot of them, you just turn the lever the other way, and it's like a self-clean.
So you think you could handle that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the way you're going?
Yeah,
You would
absolutely.
go public trust in the bidet.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I mean, the bidet is no worse than what I am currently sitting on.
Wouldn't you be running
that
a bit
toilet.
of a public temperature risk with the bidet water?
Oh, it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a fancy bidet. This is going
Right.
to be.
But look, beggars can't be choosers
Right.
when you're cleaning your bum.
Okay.
And what's the worst case scenario? A little poop water on your butt? That's
Yeah,
it's going to be anyways.
It's seen worse
just
5
not
seconds
yours?
ago. Whatever.
I'll say it's mine.
I'll say it's mine.
Mentally strong.
I'm not throwing away my snot from Patreon. Says, for a
Nice.
$500,000 prize, would you choose to kick a 40-yard field goal or shoot a half-court basketball shot?
That one's easy.
I actually just heard an upgrade on this question as well.
The jail question?
Yeah, did you see that?
I feel like maybe we've answered that, but go ahead.
It was basically that if you were given 20 shots from half court, and if you make 2, you get
a huge amount of money.
$500 million, 2 of 20. If you don't make 2 of 20, you go to jail for 40 years.
Oh, man, I'm taking those shots.
Are you?
I'm taking those shots, absolutely.
You think you get see 2?
You're telling me $500 million?
40
Yeah.
years, man.
But 40 years in
I
jail.
can make 2 out of 20.
I can make 2 of. I said I could easily make 2 of 50, where I'd be willing to gamble 40 years of my life. Like I would. But man, you're underestimating the 40-year jail stress at the end of
Yes.
that. Let's say you make one,
Yeah, you're 100%.
and then you
right.
get like 4 shots away. You have to make a half court shot, 1 in 4.
I will never shoot that 20th shot.
You'll run, just
I will
run.
never. You can't make me shoot it, and I will have never failed. I'll say, well, we haven't found out yet.
But I think 40 yards is pretty long. If you had said 30-yard field goal, I might have taken the kick.
I'm not sure any of us could make a 30-yard.
I don't know the distance. Like I mean, I know what 30 yards is. But
30 you could maybe get it up there, but I would feel more you have to be accurate too. It's not just the distance. You got to get it through the uprights.
It's the upright trajectory. Like being that far away, and like I'm telling you, we've done these things of like going to the park and try and kick a field goal. It's very, very difficult.
Really, I feel like
it's incredibly
Jason's
difficult.
got a pretty good kicking leg.
I feel like
He
I could,
does as a punter.
Right. I'm very, very genuinely curious. I've never kicked a field goal style ball
It's hard.
ever. Not once in my life that I can remember.
I've kicked from the 10 and made it.
Yeah,
That's a 22-yard field goal.
if you're there, you just
I can't get no
brute
40.
force, you can
I
just
can't
get-
get no 40.
yeah, you're not making a 40-yard
Man,
field goal.
I really want to try this without having like if I have to pick from here, I don't know how easy or hard any
Yeah.
distance field goal is. I have to take the half court shot.
Yeah.
All right. Seth from Patreon for Mike. Oh, boy.
Oh, hello.
Oh, good. See you later.
Actually, sorry. No, this one's from Insecure Audio Flies from Patreon.
Oh, okay.
What is the correct pronunciation of these words?
Okay.
Route
Well, you're pronouncing it.
or root?
I think you got to spell it.
Okay. Aunt or aunt? Or data or data?
Okay.
So we got root, route, aunt, aunt, data, data.
Okay, so ROUTE, which if you're explaining the directions, you get your kicks on
Route
66. Yeah, I feel
But
like
you run a route.
oh crap.
No. This is the answer. The answer is if you're talking about a highway or a
Yes.
path, it's a route.
Why?
If you're talking about because I just said it is.
Because that's what the song is.
Yeah, Route 66.
You
but,
don't get your kicks on Route
yeah,
66.
you're not running a 9 route.
Unless you're
No,
from,
I agree with
unless you're
that.
from
But
Canada.
like, what's the fastest route to get to Prescott?
Oh.
People say that stuff all the time. And
Okay.
you know it. I can see your face. You know
Yeah,
that's
no,
true.
no.
It sounded natural.
It did.
But say
You don't say what's the
say it with a number.
what? Route 66 or Route 66?
Yeah, see Route 66 where that's
It's a
terrible.
label versus a path.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. A label versus a path. Now on the
I guess
ant,
you can say what's the best route
on the
to
ant
Prescott.
Yes,
too.
you can.
versus aunt. I feel like that's just a matter of, are you British?
Ooh.
It's a lot. There's different parts of the U.S. that have what. What do you go with?
Oh, it's an aunt. My auntie.
I flip.
You say aunt in normal conversation?
Yes.
Like a psychopath?
Look, my family is from.
You say aunt or aunt?
I've done both.
I thought it was
said
based on
both.
the age of the aunt.
That makes a lot of
Oh,
sense.
okay.
If they're real old, that's
If
an
they've
aunt.
got a little bit of a hunchback or a limp, they're an aunt.
Yeah.
This my family's from the Midwest, so they brought that down here.
They brought aunt down.
Yeah.
here. Really?
Yes.
So they're super old with a
An
hunchback.
aunt is always really cool.
Real,
Yeah,
They're
cool
young,
aunt.
cool aunts.
Now,
I wear
can an
sunglasses.
There's not a cool aunt.
Can an aunt age into an aunt?
Of
Like
course.
she used to be my aunt.
How much
She's
do
my
they
aunt
like
now.
tea?
That's a good. Aunts like tea.
Aunts like tea. Aunts,
No.
they drink the beers.
Yeah, aunts drink beers. Aunts drink tea. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Now with the
Just crushing
data,
an OE 40 ounce.
data versus
Crush it on the forehead.
data versus data. If you're talking about numbers, that's data. That's
Okay.
statistics.
Okay.
If you're talking about the dude from Star
Let's say an
Trek,
android.
that's data. I mean, that's
Is that,
just
that's as
his
simple
name.
as it is?
That's as simple as it is.
Interesting.
Well,
Mike, do you have any thoughts on data?
I think I go back and forth on that one
I
too.
know. Why do we do this with our language?
English is real
Because
stupid.
English is bad.
What are the British? Well, I always assume that the Brits know how to say things better.
Yeah, they
I
started
see.
this English thing.
I assume that whatever they say, we do
Wa-
it the other
water.
way. We do it better.
Water.
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 Well,
Wait, hold
Boston?
on. Hold on. What was the British version of that word?
Water.
I don't. Okay.
What? I don't.
I just think it was a
Water.
great
Water.
English accent.
I don't know. Water. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Sell me
good.
down a river.
Yeah.
Data.
River.
Driver?
No,
Oh.
river or river.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think it's time
Sure.
to
Hit the
draft.
What do you spend on subscriptions each month? Most of us think, well, maybe I'm spending about $80 a month on those subs, but actually we spend closer to $200 a month. You have to check out Rocket Money. They help you manage and cancel subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forgot about with just a tap. Sound familiar? Well, that's because you've heard us talk about our favorite app, Truebill, before, and now Truebill is backed by Rocket companies, and they have become, boom, Rocket Money. Why? Well, for one, Truebill has grown from a bill management app into a full-on personal finance empowerment tool that helps over 3.4 million people with budgeting, lowering bills, canceling subscriptions, and more, saving each of their members on average $700 a year. Bottom line, Rocket Money is everything that we love about Truebill, but with a fresh look and feel. Start canceling your unused subscriptions and save money at rocketmoney.com/ballers. That's rocketmoney.com/ballers, or download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
The Spitballers Draft.
Today, Mike has the privilege of selecting the 101 in our draft. Best places to sit.
I do think there is a 101.
There is.
So, okay, then Jason knows exactly what it is.
I'm so upset because there's a clear 101, and I was like, maybe
I
he'll
wonder-
just think this isn't.
Do I know?
I mean, I don't know. It was the first thing that I thought of, and I was like, it's very clear. Look, sitting, a lot of things can be taking place while you're sitting. You could be relaxing, but sometimes you need to get somewhere. And when you're going somewhere, you want to make sure that that's a good, big, comfy, soft chair where people are serving you
Oh, boy.
fine things. So the best place to sit is first class.
Oh, that's such a good second pick.
Oh,
Mike.
you have a better one.
Yes, I've got a
Really?
better one.
First class
Okay.
does seem like a Jason pick.
Oh, it is second on my list.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's a great pick, Mike.
Okay.
But I'm sitting courtside at a basketball game. Are
That
you
is on
kidding
my
me?
list as well.
Courtside? I mean, it's NBA Finals Game 7, of course, but I mean,
Oh, I see.
the big
It's not preseason.
comfy. No, we have sat courtside at a preseason game once, and that was
It still was pretty
it
exciting.
was amazing. I think it was an international team
Yes.
that we didn't even know any of the players, and it was like, this is unbelievable. And also, you're in a different world. You're in a world of giants. I mean,
Yes, that's true.
everyone. Oh, the coaches are all former players. Everyone who's near you is just. I mean, you two are tall fellas in your own right.
Not there.
Not there.
No.
How do you feel there?
Oh, I was. I was basically wearing an invisibility cloak. Everyone just looked right over me.
So you went with first class, Mike. Great
Yes.
pick. Jason, courtside.
At the
Outstanding.
NBA Finals, yeah.
Oh, you had it at the NBA Finals.
I
think
like
that
that-
actually ruins it a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, certainly. But yes, courtside at the NBA.
I mean,
Okay.
just courtside is great. I didn't go the route you guys were going necessarily. I got 2 picks. So my first one is just a comfy chair.
Yeah. That's
Like recliner is on my list.
I mean, what's wrong with a comfy chair?
nothing. I would
It's a
love
good
to sit
place
next
to
Look,
to
when
you.
I think about sitting, sometimes I include the plop, man. The plop is everything.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you plop?
You don't want to hurt yourself. Here's what's not being drafted: an uncomfortable chair. That's not where anyone wants to sit.
But
a rock.
But then my second pick, then, because I know there's no chance of it getting back to me and some of my others will, I'm going to go with the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
that's great.
sit at the beach.
Yep.
The breeze, the views,
It's
delightful.
It's a great
the
place.
melanoma, it's a wonderful
to
seat.
be. It's worth it.
Yeah.
worth
No. That's on my list. That was one I was hoping to grab. The beach chair at the ocean.
I believe Coach is still available.
I don't fit.
You could go. What are
Business class?
business class? Yeah.
Business class just gets on first. Still sits in the bad
Yeah.
seats.
Is there a business class anymore?
I don't think so.
I
What if it
feel-
was just
I
the
don't-
Coach seats painted a different color?
yeah.
That would be enough for some people.
We give you 30 millimeters more room to the
Like,
legs.
I feel like with the new planes, I don't recall walking past 2 different sections before I get to
There's
the
not.
economy.
I just heard about somebody's a plane, or an airline company who wanted to add standing
Standing.
Oh man.
for all the like shorter than an hour European little popover flights,
That seems
like in the
dangerous.
back,
not safe.
like you just hold the
I mean, like
hold the railing.
I realize that in a crash landing, that's a pretty intense situation. But if you're standing
Yeah.
and there's an emergency,
you got to hold real tight.
I have
Well, you're handcuffed to the bar. So
I have
no.
seen the it was just like a prototype, and by the way that the airlines work, I would not put it past them to do it, but the double decker seats
Yeah.
where it's basically a seat on top of a seat, and it's just a claustrophobic
It's fine to be the seat on
nightmare.
top of
Yes,
a seat. It is
yes.
not fine to be the seat under
No,
another
it is
seat.
not. You should, if you haven't seen it, look it up. It's a nightmare.
You're just sliding your body into a little slot that you sit in. That is not being drafted today. All right, so Andy, you got a comfy chair, and you've got
And I'm sitting on the beach.
sitting on the beach. Now, are you on the sand? You
Yes, if he's at the beach, he's in
Yeah.
the sand.
okay? Well,
Yeah,
I
mean,
use like a beach
can
chair
be,
on the beach.
I can
That's
be
what
at
I
it.
prefer.
I
I was just curious.
all of
what-
the above.
What he likes the best. So for me,
So nice of you.
this is this would have been in consideration for the second, because these things have gotten really, really, really good, and I have recently found out that I love them. So I am taking the fancy massage chairs.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's
we
a good
were
one.
at an Airbnb.
This is a problem. Jason's already probably purchased one.
Yes, I got one last weekend. I did. I just got one. It has not arrived yet, but we were at
You are an embarrassment. Send me the model.
yeah, it was at Costco. It was great. But anyways, we were at
Costco,
an
man, they'll get you.
we were at an Airbnb a while back, and they just had one there, and I was like, "Oh, look, that's cool." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this thing is amazing." So
That's a great pick. It was
And-
not
Yeah.
on my list, but only for lack of thinking of it.
yeah. I would have put it on the beach if I could have. You already took the beach. Just bring a big bowl.
My massage chair on the 50-yard line.
And I fly in on it.
in the
It's the
Super
Bowl with the Cardinals are playing in.
All right, so I have the 2 picks here. So this first one, you gotta have the stomach, you gotta have the stones to be willing to do it. But if you've got if you've got the courage, and you're up on that mountain on the edge of a cliff,
Ooh,
Really?
which if it is one, I mean, you have a
have you done this?
I've sat like closest to it. My fear of heights like comes and goes. Sometimes I'm okay, and sometimes I'm just like 10
Edge
feet back,
of a
just
cliff.
terrified. But when you're looking out.
I had a friend who did that once.
But you get like the entire view of because you've just climbed a mountain.
You've done a leg dangle?
I've done a leg dangle.
Whoa,
before.
now.
Wow.
It's.
I'd be so afraid of the wind. I mean, I would genuinely be like laying back. I'd be
You'd be afraid of erosion.
I'm not saying I could do it every time, but I've had a time where the courage was enough, and I was able to sit there and you just it's a wild sensation to be
that close to
to
death.
be staring out at the beauty and then knowing, well, if I just slip forward, this is the end.
It's over.
So I got that and a different type of a thrill. I know that my man Owl here enjoys this place as well. But you got to get in on this action. When you're sitting at the blackjack tables,
Oh,
baby.
baby.
When you're playing them cards.
What a good seat. How is that not on my list? What a good seat. You want a seat at the table?
Yes.
I want to see. Nothing's worse than when you're walking around and there's no empty seats.
Yeah, you got to get a seat. You want to play? You got to sit.
draft that seat. What a great pick, Mike. Oh, man.
All right, Jason, back to you.
Oh, that was really good. Okay.
So Mike's picks were gambling with his life, gambling in reality.
That's
right.
right.
Got
Yeah.
it.
You got to
The next
live,
one is
brother.
prison jail cell, but like max security.
In
all
the
right.
hole.
Look, this is one of my favorite places, and I wanted to draft something that's not just this hypothetical, courtside at the NBA, but like where do I personally love to sit? And that is on a fancy bidet toilet, baby.
It's on my list.
Oh,
the heated toilet
the
seat.
heated toilet seat. I mean, I probably spend a
I was
quarter
gonna
of
say,
my life in
who
there.
spends the most time, that one wins.
Yeah.
I knew
it's-
bidet was
It's very comfortable.
Oh, it's comfy.
the warmth is nice.
It's
Yes.
room temperature, a little warm. It's gonna make it's
boy.
clean, and I get to hide in there. You know, it's
Right.
like that's everyone knows it. This is not a secret. That's the hiding spot.
It's
For
hiding
all-
in plain spot.
Yeah,
or plain
hiding in
sight.
plain sight. Dad's in the bathroom. Oh, it'll be 20 minutes.
I thought you were about to take, Mike, when you went with Edge of a Cliff,
Ooh.
you were teasing it, and it gave me an idea for my next pick, which wasn't on my original list, but it's actually one of the most fun moments when you sit down on an amusement park ride.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Big time.
There you
Because
go.
whether it be a roller coaster or a Disneyland ride, once you sit down and that thing comes
all the
down, and
clicking.
that's a lot of fun. So I'll go amusement park
I like
ride.
it.
And then for my last pick, boy, there's so many types of chairs I love sitting in. I think I'm going to go simple. Beanbag.
Oh,
A wonderful
a beanbag.
beanbag chair.
When's the
When is
last
the- yeah,
time
when's the
that you
last
got
time-
in a beanbag?
I've
Not
been,
saying
I've
you're
been in,
wrong.
I've been in some beanbags
Oh,
lately.
That was what I had in my room as a kid. It was.
But they got the big bags now. They got the big love sacks.
Oh yes.
We have
true.
a really, really big beanbag that we got for our youngest. He wanted it, and it is the worst.
What?
It's awesome.
They're not making them like they used
Oh,
to?
no, that's awesome. It is comfortable.
Oh, no.
It is delightful. He loves it.
He-
He loves jumping on the thing and
He can't get out.
Laying there. Well, I mean, that is one issue. No, it's just they've gotten too big.
Oh, the beanbag is too large.
It takes up the whole room. I mean, these things are outrageous, and I feel like I can't even it comes somehow like vacuum sealed, where when you open this thing, it's 20 times the size. I feel like I can't get it out of my house. I want to throw this thing away.
It's like opening the mattress. It's like
Right.
It inflates.
And it's like you can't. I
They
got to
can be-
deconstruct the house to get this thing
It
out.
could be overinflated or underinflated or underbeaned.
No joke, the one Jason's talking about is probably 10 feet in diameter. It's
What?
ginormous.
Because of course he went
Why did you
ham
get
on
that
this. He
one?
didn't buy a normal one.
Just go
he
to
had to buy the most expensive one.
Go to Spencer's and buy a beanbag.
I mean, but when you're looking online and you're
you
like,
are
do you want
sleeping in
this
your
one?
own bean bed.
Do you want this one or do you want the bigger one? I'm
Yeah.
like, which one are you gonna get?
So you're complaining about what you bought.
Well, yeah, they give me an option to buy it too big. That's on them.
It's on him. Oh no.
I see. I
Yeah.
All
see.
right, back to you, Jason. So many good picks left. I wish we could go. We could go 5 rounds.
Let's.
I'm
see
running out of
here.
things.
All right, never mind.
So, oh man, do I want to go wild or do I want to go regular? I'm gonna go wild.
Take a walk on the wild side.
I'm gonna
man.
take it. You've got the edge of a cliff. You've got a plane. One place that I would love to sit in, someday is a space shuttle. I want a seat going to space.
Okay.
And I don't
think
imagine
that's
it's
the-
very comfortable.
No.
But the result from sitting in that chair
Of course.
will be worth it.
That's a tough one to really pull the audience on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot
They
of
don't know whether
experience.
it's really the best place to sit or not.
Yeah.
Just pull the astronauts. Mike, your final pick.
All right. For this one, we're going vanilla on this one, but it's a place where you sit a lot. And because, I mean, when you go to the restaurant and they say, where would you like to sit? Would you like to sit in the table? You go,
Oh.
You go, no. No. Give me the booth.
The booth.
The booth. Because the tables are generally uncomfortable and you don't want to be there. And where it is at is in the booth.
It's in the booth.
Yeah, and the tables are all in the middle of the restaurant,
Right.
too.
Give me that window.
I want some
get
privacy.
sunlight.
Yeah.
Some sunlight.
There
and
is
a
the occasional
good cushiony.
odd booth, but most of the time the booths were
Yeah. Usually when a booth goes wrong is they go with the circular one because they think you're going to fit 6 people, except it still just fits 4.
Yeah.
But they try to fit 6 people and everyone's knees are touching. That's when it's bad. But when you just get a standard 4-person
just go
booth,
standard place people.
just give me the booth.
All right, Mike went with first class, edge of a cliff, blackjack table, and a restaurant booth. Jason, courtside at the NBA Finals, massage chair, a fancy bidet seat, a space shuttle. I went with a comfy chair on the beach, amusement park ride, and a beanbag chair. I had piles of other places I wanted to
Let's bring
sit.
some up
Sure.
here.
What do you got?
A rocking chair, of course.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
that's a
How
classic.
did you not get that?
Also, just porch. I didn't know if sitting on the porch
Yeah.
was a good idea.
What if you're on a porch in a rocking chair?
Yeah.
live
That is usually where they
theater,
are.
sitting in a live, seeing live theater? Great place to
I
sit.
had a swing.
Yeah.
I got a hammock in the woods.
When's the last time you
Sat in
were
a swing?
swinging, Mike?
It was not. I mean, not that long ago, where I can't not remember it.
I had a slide. I was like sitting to go down a slide. That could be
Okay.
fun.
Okay,
A dirt bike.
Yeah,
that's
so
not comfortable.
I really like the hammock in the woods, but I feel like you're laying.
there
You're not
are
really
there are sitting hammocks, but when you say hammock, that's not what you think.
right,
of.
and
You think
around
of
a
laying down.
But
What about a race car?
Oh, that would be pretty cool. I think.
I don't think it'd be very comfortable though.
No, but neither would the rocket ship.
Well,
So
the best places to sit aren't just how comfortable it is;
Yeah.
it's how fun it is.
around a campfire, that's not always the most comfortable
Oh,
seat, but
okay.
that's a great
All right.
situation. And
Yes.
my favorite that I did not draft, the Iron Throne.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you ever
Make
sat
me
on it?
king?
That would be uncomfortable, but yet great.
A lot of power, and I would die soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's injury risk there.
I felt like
'Cause
I
of the
could get
swords.
the porcelain throne and the iron throne.
All right.
And I could
Okay.
just be kinged.
I'm king of all domains.
Get this
Iron and porcelain.
beanbag out of here.
What did we learn today?
I learned that I want my funeral in Tahiti.
What did you learn, Mike? Do you have anything?
I learned that we got to figure out this cup holder situation. We're not building them the right size.
No, they need to be adaptable.
Not strong enough for today's America.
Yeah, and I learned that Mike likes blackjack more than I thought he did.
Oh, yes, I do.
That is it for today's episode of the Spitballers. Thank you so much for following, subscribing. Back with a new episode every Monday.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.